Whether you're just getting started creating content or you're an experienced content creator, audio quality is very important. So today we're going to be taking a look at the 4-in-1 Saramonic Blink500 B2+, as it's an incredibly versatile wireless mic system that comes at a very attractive cost. So let's take a look at what it can do. So full disclosure before we get started though, the video is sponsored by Saramonic and they've sent me the Blink500 B2+ for free to showcase to you guys. So for my usual videos, I actually use a Sennheiser MKH50 shotgun mic, and it's on a stand right above me just here. And while it's great for my indoor talking head videos, it's not good for anything else as it's directional. So you can see if I start to move around, it really affects the audio quite a lot. It's also no good for beginners as it's a very expensive mic coming in at £1,300. The Saramonic Blink500 B2+ on the other hand costs just over £100, and I have to say I was surprised at just how versatile this system is at such a budget-friendly price. And also, because it's a wireless system, it means I can move around freely without it affecting the audio quality. I can walk far away from the camera and you can hear me exactly the same as if I was stood right next to it. And the 2.4 GHz wireless technology allows for you to be up to 150 meters away, and you can even use one microphone to pick up your voice on one channel and another microphone to pick up environment sounds or any other sounds. So I mean, the possibilities really are endless. Now, Saramonic have also been producing professional audio equipment since 2012, and they've got world-class sound testing labs winning them multiple international awards. They produce a huge range of audio equipment, including shotgun mics, wireless mics, podcast equipment, and intercom systems, so they really can be trusted. Now, the system is a wireless microphone system that's made up of one receiver and then two separate microphones, so you can mic up two different people or have one as a backup. They've also really thought out the system as a whole, and there's plenty of features to help beginners as well as the advanced users. And they've also literally thought of every connection possible. Well, actually almost every connection. The microphone system comes in this box here, which not only holds everything neatly, but it's also a battery that charges the microphone and the receiver when they're placed inside the box. Now, if we open it up, you can see we've got the microphones either side with the transmitter in the middle. And then above that, we've got a USB-C connector and a lightning connector. Now, these are actually really clever and they work on a system so that you just slide them into place. So if you're using an Android phone or a laptop, I can take out the USB-C, slide it in place on the receiver, and then plug the receiver into my device. I can then pull out either just one or both of the wireless microphones and they automatically sync with my receiver, which is indicated by the solid blue light on the top. Now, of course, if I then need to plug it into an older iPhone, I can remove the USB-C connector and swap it out for the lightning connector, and we're good to go. Now, that's also not the end of the connections either, and it comes with this carry pouch here, and even more connectors are inside this, so you can literally connect it to anything. We've got the 3.5mm TRS to connect to any 3.5mm mic input. We've also got a TRS to TRRS converter, just in case your device needs that. So this means that you can easily attach the transmitter to something like your camera using just these cables. Now, the only thing I couldn't connect the system to out of the box was my audio interface, but luckily I've got an adapter here to go from the 3.5mm to a 1/4" connector and plug it in. So Saramonic, if you are watching this, maybe try and include one of these in the packaging in the future. But I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed with just how well it works and how easy it is to plug anything in. As well as the audio connections, we get a USB-C cable for charging, as well as two dead cats to help you when you're out and about in the wind, and these simply clip into the end of the microphones. So now onto using the microphone, and again, they really have thought this through very well. The microphones have an easy clip so you can just attach it to your top, but they've also got a square magnet on the back so you can take this off and mount it anywhere. You can take the magnet off and then put it behind your clothes, and this will let you magnetically attach it to the clothes. And of course, this means you can mount it to any metal as well. Now, when it comes to recording, you've got lots of built-in features, which makes it good for beginners as well as advanced users, and you really can customize these mics to have them exactly how you want them. Now, personally for me, I record with no noise cancellation or anything, as I want the mic to be as raw as possible, and I do all of my audio editing on a computer. But for a beginner, they probably want everything to happen on the mic, so they can just go ahead and use the audio without needing to do any post-processing. So this is me talking into the microphone. I've not processed any audio on the computer, and this is what it sounds like. If I turn on the noise cancellation by pressing the blue button on the mic, you can see the ring turns green to let me know that noise cancellation is active, and this is what it now sounds like. We've also got a mute button on the mic, and when you press that, the ring turns red to let you know it's muted. We've also got plenty of other indications from this ring, like blinking red for low battery. The rest of the settings are on the receiver, and you can see the display shows me exactly what microphones are connected, and I can adjust the settings. Now the control system is using the two buttons on the side, and you can hold down to go to the next one, and you can single press to change a selection. Now first of all, we can change the volume of each microphone, and we've also got the levels underneath them, and it's recommended that you start on +5 and make your adjustments from there. Now this screen also shows us if we're in mono or stereo, as well as the battery percentage of the transmitter and the mics. If we press mode, the first option we have is speaker, and this just means that when it's enabled, if it's plugged into your phone, the sound can be played directly without plugging in the receiver. Next, we've got the output volume of the receiver, so this is the sound level it's outputting to your device. The default is 5, and personally I just left the setting here without changing it. Now the next option we've got is noise reduction, and it's defaulted to weak, which I showed you earlier, and that's what you're hearing now. But we can change this to strong by pressing the button, so this is what it sounds like when you change it to strong. Next up, we've got the TX mute key, and this is just if you want to disable the mute function on the mic that I showed you earlier, and if you do this, then the mic can't be accidentally muted. Finally, we've got the low cut filter that you can turn on to filter out the sounds below 70 Hz or 150 Hz. So just to show you, this is what it sounds like when I'm filtering out sounds below 75 Hz. And now this is what it sounds like when I'm filtering out sounds below 150 Hz. In output mode, you can choose between mono, which is going to record one track for both mics. So even if you're using two mics, then both mics are going to be actually on the same track. Now personally, I would only use mono if you're using one microphone. Now next up, we've got stereo, and this means that one mic is going to be recorded on the left channel and the other is going to be recorded on the right channel. And I highly recommend using this when using two mics, as it separates the speakers and it gives you full control of the volume levels. Now finally, we've got a safety track, and this is a great feature if you're only using one microphone, as the mic records normally on one channel, and then there's another safety track recorded at -6 decibels on another channel, in case there are any issues with the volume going too loud and distorting the sound. Next section, we can set the timeout for the backlight. We've then got the language, reset default settings, pair, and the version. So you can see there's just so many options to choose from, and the mic system itself just works for all content creations. If you film videos far away from the camera, if you do walking or interviewing videos, or even if you just want to do something like videos while driving a car, the system has you covered. Considering it's just over £100, it's great value for money, and I would highly recommend this to anyone starting out with any kind of content creation, or even more experienced creators that just want a lot more flexibility. And there's also a Saramonic app for your smartphone, and this is great for voice recordings, and it also gives you full control of noise cancellation, low cut filters, and more. And of course, for those of you that want to check it out, I've placed a link down in the description below, so you can go ahead and check it out now. And hopefully I've covered everything for you in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all about anything, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.